Today I want to talk about placing beads into your crochet pieces, which is really easy and a lot of fun. I've really been into these fall pumpkins, which are super cute. I have some with some wooden beads. I really like this wooden bead look. I've got several different sizes here. And I also placed some of these smaller black beads onto this pumpkin, which I thought gave it such cute detailing. So let's talk about how to do this. To get started with this, I'm going to show you on a larger piece and with the larger beads because I think it's a little bit easier to see, and then I'm going to show you how to do it with a smaller weight yarn. So this is an N hook from Furls Crochet. It's their Cafe Streamline Swirl. I absolutely love it, and I'm also working with an H hook for the beads. So for my next stitch, I would place a bead. Some pattern abbreviations say PB for place bead, and I'm working slip stitches. So the next time I want to place a bead, I simply take the bead, place it onto my hook, because these large beads work well with an H hook for this pattern. And I'm going to insert my hook into that next stitch, yarn over and pull up a stitch, and pull it through my bead. Then I'm going to set the H hook down, place my N hook back onto the yarn, that loop, and complete that slip stitch by pulling through the loop on the hook, keeping this kind of tight in there. And that's it. That's all it takes. Let me show you again. I'm going to slip stitch into my next 3 stitches. And when I work across the next row, you're simply going to just continue to work in the top of these stitches as if a bead wasn't there. All right, so now I'm ready to place a bead again. So I'll simply put the bead onto my H hook. I'm going to pull up the loop for the next stitch and pull through the bead. And then I'm going to place that loop onto my N hook to complete that stitch and keep on going. Now, what if we did want to work with a different weight of yarn, such as a worsted weight? This is Brava from We Crochet. I absolutely love it. I'm making another pumpkin similar to this one, but a little bit bigger. And I'm making it with my H hook. So this is simply a slip stitch into the back loop only for every row. But when I get to the place where I want to place my bead, if you'll notice, the hook is too large for these smaller beads. So what we will need to do is place the bead on an even smaller hook. This is a size 10, so anything where this hook can go through that bead. So pull out your teeny tiny hook, place that through there, then you're going to take the loop off the hook, place this on, and pull the bead through. Now sometimes my yarn splits a little bit with these smaller beads, but as long as you get that loop through, you should be fine. Place the hook back onto the loop and then simply keep on going. Now if you want to make this a little bit faster, you can try to pull up the loop with this hook by placing the bead on first, just like we did before, going through the very next stitch, yarning over, pulling through that stitch, and then pulling through, see it splits a little through that bead. And then complete that stitch with your H hook. This can be used with a variety of stitches. It doesn't just have to be done with the slip stitch. It can be single crochet, double crochet, just whatever stitch you place your bead, you're simply going to do it on the last loop before you complete that stitch. So I bring the yarn through the bead, put it back on my hook, and then keep on going. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. This can be used for a lot of variety of home decor pieces. I've got some other ideas coming up in the future. And the pumpkins are also free on my blog, so be sure to take a look at that. They're super fun to make. And I'll include the links for all these beads. I ordered many of these off Amazon or at my local craft store. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial.